So yesterday we saw about overview of Hatha Yoga Pratipika. There are 4 chapters. We saw how asana, pranayama, mudra, bandhas and nadanushandana. That was the final practice we have seen in Hatha Yoga Pratipika. So now we will see what are Yoga Sutras, because these are the 2 texts we are supposed to know. So Yoga Sutras are contains 195 sutras. So they are called sutras because they are in very short form, like formula. So these formulas has to be explained by somebody. So we have commentaries from great people who has written the meaning of it. So it is called as Raja Yoga. Why it is called Raja Yoga? Because the entire Yoga Sutras talks about mind, about life, about our karma, action, whatever you ask question. For most of the questions we can find answers in Yoga Sutras. And the most famous word, Ashtanga Yoga. People who are new to yoga, you may be thinking, what is this Ashtanga Yoga? That Ashtanga Yoga comes in Yoga Sutras only. From Yoga Sutra only, this word Ashtanga Yoga started spreading everywhere. So there are 4 padas, that means 4 chapters. The first one is called Samadhi Pada, second is called Sadhana Pada, third is called Vibhuti Pada, fourth is called Kaivalya Pada. So these are the 4 chapters we have in Yoga Sutras. If you want to read Yoga Sutras, then you have to read either Samadhi Pada or Sadhana Pada first, because these 2 are 2 entrances of a temple. If you want to enter into a temple, you can choose any 2, whichever is convenient to you. You can read Samadhi Pada. If you feel it's appealing and it suits you, you can start following the methods mentioned in Samadhi Pada. Or after reading Sadhana Pada, you started feeling Sadhana Pada is very easy for me to do. Yes, you can do. So these 2 are entrances. But normally when we study Yoga Sutras, we study first Samadhi Pada, then Sadhana Pada, then the third one is Vibhuti Pada. Fourth is Kaivalya Pada. What the Vibhuti Pada talks is, when you start doing any sadhana, you will start getting lot of powers. If you sincerely start doing your spiritual sadhana, maybe in this birth or next birth or future birth, you will get lot of supernatural powers. Like you can fly in air, walk on water. So like that, they are called siddhis. So these powers are mentioned in Vibhuti Pada. That means one who crossed Samadhi or Sadhana Pada, he will naturally get all the powers. How do I need to use the power? How will I get the power? With the power, what I am supposed to do? If I misuse the power, what will happen? Everything is explained in Vibhuti Pada. So Kaivalya Pada is contains the summary of all the padas, 3 padas, and it contains little more about how a yogi gets into self-realization. That is explained more in Kaivalya Pada. So to whom it is all suited, people? Can I read Samadhi or Sadhana Pada? So the eligibility is, Samadhi Pada is for people who has a stable mind. Like many of us can sit and listen to a lecture. That itself is called a stable mind. So if you have a little inclination towards spirituality, and you can listen to a satsang 1 or 2 hours, sit and you can do self-reflection. If you are that kind of a person, you can get into Samadhi Pada. No, I am very busy, I don't have time. Give me some short solution. If you are that kind of a person having lot of disturbance, confusion in the mind, then you can go for Sadhana Pada. Vibhuti Pada, once you get into Samadhi or Sadhana, then you will get into Vibhuti, then about Kaivalya Pada. So these are the 4 chapters. It contains 51 sutras, Sadhana Pada 55, Vibhuti Pada again 55 or 56. That means 2 traditions are there. One tradition says 55, other tradition says 56. It doesn't matter for us. Kaivalya Pada 34 sutras. All put together 195 or 196 sutras. So what is the central teaching of Yoga Sutras? What was the central teaching of Hatha Yoga Pratipika? Yesterday we have seen. The central teaching or the goal of Hatha Yoga or Hatha Yoga Pratipika is to get into Raja Yoga. So Raja Yoga means you need to gain knowledge about the self. First about mind, then towards self. Similarly, the central teaching of Patanjali Yoga Sutras is to get self-realization, the final liberation, mukti, moksha, kaivalyam, self-realization, whichever you want, you can say. So initially, if you want to get self-realization, see, self is here. I need to realize my own self. Where is the self? Is there in the moon? So I need rocket and go to the moon and see myself. No, the self is right here. But when the self is right here, or the Purusha or the God or whatever you call, Brahman, whatever you call, if that soul or anything is here, Atma, different words, Jivatma, Paramatma, whichever you want to say, there is something called soul here within my body. If something is within my body, then why I am unable to perceive this? If something is far away, if I am unable to see that, I can accept. But what is that stopping? Actually, what's stopping is our mind. If you stop all the activities of the mind, then you will start understanding the soul or Atma or Purusha, whatever it is. So the central teaching is to attain self-realization. For that, first you need to still your mind. You need to stop your mind, stop all the thoughts. That means controlling all the activities of the mind. If you control all the activities of the mind, will you get any suffering? Suppose today you have a lot of negative thoughts going on. Something somebody said 20 years before, it started hurting you. Or somebody said something today morning. They use some hard words, it's hurting you. What you can do? Forget. You put the button, press the button, delete. Like you have in computer, if you know the keyboard and the mouse of your mind, we can delete that. And if you want to enjoy, type enjoy, enter. Then you will be enjoying. Right? When I control the mind, nothing can harm me, nothing can make me to suffer. So first thing is I should live a blissful life. Then only mukti can happen. Suffering people cannot attain mukti. If you are a person who always suffers, started worrying about everything, then we need to go a long way. So if you want to come out of suffering, bondage, pain, pleasure, all those things, the problem for all those things are the source is only mind. So first take control of your mind. If you start controlling your mind, you will live a blissful life. Then you can think and proceed towards self-realization. So controlling means not suppression. There is something called sublimation. Sublimation means you make your mind understand what is the truth slowly. After that, without suppression, without force, mind will come to terms with the truth. It will automatically come under control. It is not denial, it is not suppression, it is not controlling with force or anything. It is simply sublimation. So what is the purpose of Yoga Sutras? One is to find the union with that which is everywhere. Even modern science says you cannot say something as matter. There is nothing called matter or atom or whatever you want to say. They say everything is energy. So if everything is energy, I am also energy, you are also energy, a stone is also energy. To find the union, how to get unite with that which is not to that which is me. That's the main purpose. And second thing is freedom for suffering. And it gives you step-by-step guidance. Like in Samadhi or Sadhana Pada, many tools are given. You can follow any tools to get towards it. And final thing is liberation, self-realization. So these are the purpose and objective of Yoga Sutras. Of course, this liberation is the objective of every text. Every spiritual text, we call these as Moksha Shastras. Any Shastra, any scripture which takes you close to self-realization, they are called Moksha Shastras. This is also a kind of sadhana. Sadhana is not just half an hour, 1 hour you do asana pranayama. Reading a text itself is sadhana. Provided you don't get greed in your mind, thinking, I know everything. I studied Hateva Pratipika, I studied Yoga Sutras, I studied Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata. I can give lecture for 100 hours. No, that's not. If you start feeling proud about what you learned, what you gained knowledge, then you miss the bus. Entirely perspective is missing. But if you start understanding, I am nothing. Because if you start learning more, you will understand what you don't know is unlimited. What I know is very small. Like if you have a beach full of sand, what you know is 1 grain of sand. What you don't know is a whole beach of sand. This you will come to know if you start reading text. Because after reading 10, 15, 20 years also, you will be seeing like so many things are there to learn. So that should bring the humbleness. If you are humbled by it, if you bend and keep your ego aside and start thinking, I am not that important, I am not that a VIP in this world, I am nothing. The whole galaxy or my solar system, whatever vanishes, nothing is going to happen in this universe. If that is the truth, who am I? If you start understanding you as a very small thing, then naturally what you don't know will start coming towards you. See, if I want to understand something, first I should drop what I know. If you drop what you know, then what you don't know will come. If you don't drop what you know, then what you don't know cannot come inside. So the famous Ashtanga Yoga is part of Yoga Sutras. It contains 8 steps. Ashta Anga. Anga means limbs, Ashta means 8. What are the 8 things? One is social ethics, how I should behave with the society. That's called Yama. So there are 5 yamas. One is ahimsa, non-violence, then truthfulness, then non-stealing, then brahmacharya, controlling the senses, then aparigraha, non-greediness. That means I want what I need, not as per my want. Everybody, they say, like in Tamil, there's a great poet called Bharatiyar. He says, or many people also said, the earth has enough resources to feed everyone. To satisfy everybody's need, the earth has enough resources. But the not only earth, the whole universe is not, do not have any resource to satisfy one person want. The desire. If you start satisfying the desire, even the whole cosmos is you, then you will start thinking, oh, whole cosmos is mine. Why can't I become God? Anyway we ask, little more, little more. So Yama have this 5. Niyama means personal ethics. We are going to discuss this in detail. That's why we don't want to get into detail here. So Niyama means how I should behave within myself. I should keep myself pure, my body pure, mind pure. Then I should live in contentment. I should follow enough discipline, and I should have self-reflection. That means I should have self-study, ask question to me. Then I should surrender to God. So all those things. Once it is done, then asana. The yogasanas we need to do to control the body. Then pranayama. We need to control the breath. What is the purpose? The purpose is to control the mind. I cannot control my mind through my mind. So first, I am controlling my body through my mind and controlling the breath through my mind. If I start controlling the breath, then I will end up naturally controlling my mind. Then pratyahara. I need to withdraw the senses. Now the senses are pleasure bound. Wherever pleasure is there, senses are going, right? So how to withdraw those things? Then dharana. Dharana means focusing on an object. Dharana is preparation for meditation. And after that only you need to get into dhyana, meditation. The climax of meditation is samadhi. Suppose if you are meditating every day, and what happens after some time? You will get into samadhi. The moment I say samadhi, don't fear. That's the ultimate point of meditation. Nothing is to fear. So when to teach dharana, dhyana, meditation, if somebody get the pass mark. You don't need to get 100 marks. You should get 50 marks in yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayama, pratyahara. Then only dharana. The preparatory practice for meditation should be given only then. Then the actual meditation will happen. Then the climax of meditation. Samadhi means you are totally merged, absorbed in that meditation. Suddenly, even 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, one day also will pass. That's samadhi. We will come back to this in very detail. We have a separate session for that. So ultimately what we are talking, whether you take Hatha Yoga Pratipika or Raja Yoga, the Yoga Sutras, or read any scriptures, everybody talks about only one thing, how to control my mind. You just think like this. You have only one problem in this world. What is the problem? I am unable to control my mind. Actually, mind is not a problem if it listens to you. If the mind follows what I want to do, I want to be happy. If the mind follows that, I'm so happy. But I want to be happy, but the mind always think about the negative thing. I want to control my anger. I don't want to get angry over anyone, but my mind wants to get angry over somebody. See, whatever I want, it's not happening. I want to get up tomorrow 4 o'clock, Brahma Muhurtam. I want to do yoga. But the mind, the moment next day 4 o'clock comes, mind says, sleep little, no, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. See, you are a good person. You want only good. But your mind is not following your words. So ultimately it is called Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Chitta means mind, Vritti means activities, Nirodha means controlling or mastering or stopping. So the purpose is to control the activities of the mind. If you control the activities of the mind, then only the spiritual progress will happen in the right direction. But to control the activities of the mind itself is a very big task. So this is the basis of all these texts. Now, having learned now Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, we need to see some other major paths also. Because you may not like Yoga Sutras or Hatha Yoga. Then now see, there are many people registered. Now we can see there are 18 people or 17 people. What about others? Maybe somebody don't have time, but somebody may not like this. They said, I just want to do service to people, society. I want to go to ashram and do service. And somebody may say, I don't want to do anything. I want to sing about God's name. When God is there, why I should do asana? Why I should do pranayama? God is with me. I always, every day think about God. I always happy. God is with me. And I always start singing shloka, whatever, chanting, kirtan, bhajan, I will start doing. So we will see what are the other methods. These are different paths. The first is called Bhakti Yoga. We are taking only famous thing. Okay. Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga means devotion, love. Do you remember how you loved when you are in your prime? I'm sorry, maybe some of you may be youngsters, maybe now also. At your 20s or 30s, when you're in college, we start loving the opposite gender. Do you remember the emotion, how much you had? The moment that person whom you attracted you, we want to see that person, right? And that person comes, we start feeling so lightly, so happy. We never felt that kind of happiness in our life. We started feeling when that moment, when you see the person whom you like, that moment you forget who you are. You are ready to wait for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. Correct? You are ready to do anything for that person. I don't know the reason, but I get attracted to that person. At the moment, you can call that as love. Why we are calling that as love means that's a beautiful feeling for you. When you love somebody, that somebody may not know about it. Okay, that somebody is not aware that you are loving. But when you love, who becomes beautiful? You becomes beautiful. You get very sweet emotions. You start being happy. You see in the movies, the hero starts smiling and walking, dancing in the road. Everybody is like, will be seeing him as fool, but he enjoys. That's what we need, right? Let the whole world see me as fool. What is my problem? Inside, I should be a blissful state. So why we are equating this example here is bhakti, because that has little bhakti content. That the hormones, due to hormones, we get all the attraction towards the opposite gender. Even there is a bit of bhakti. That means you are not important there. The other person is important. So you are just mad about the other person. But the same thing happens not because of hormone, but by understanding the nature. Then the bhakti, you can call that as bhakti. In bhakti, you are not important. Your God is important to you. How to understand? I go to temple every day. I pray every day. Then do I have bhakti? How to check whether I have enough bhakti? If you have enough bhakti, you will not complain about life. The first thing. Why you will not complain about life? Because you have faith over God. You know for sure God has created everything. If God is giving you pain, then it should be right. Why should I suffer? I will not complain. So all these bhaktas never complained about life. They are always happy. Even extreme pain comes, they will utter only God's name. If you read the amount of knowledge or amount of people attained through Bhakti Yoga, there are so much beautiful souls. You will also cry if you start reading stories of few people. I prepared something for a big program. It is there. I don't have time. I prepared all the material. When I start preparing for Bhakti Yoga, I was literally feeling so wonderful inside, because you can't even imagine those kind of being. It's possible. But those being existed. They simply be loving. Even somebody does something very bad to you, the worst thing somebody can do, suppose somebody does, still they are joyful and happy. Happy, joyful means not encouraging somebody's negative thing. They cannot fight with someone. See, suppose you have 4 kids. One kid is so naughty. They're doing something and hurt you. Will you get angry? Maybe little pain comes, you will get. But you will not just separate that kid and say, I don't like you. I like only 3 kids. No. Every kid is your kid. Similarly, this person who is into Bhakti Yoga, he accepts everything in his life. Whether pleasure comes, pain comes, the most horrible thing comes, the most beautiful thing comes, he always accepts this as prasad from God. Whatever happening in my life, God is giving me because He likes me and I like him. Whatever he gives, I will just go through it. That means my likes and dislikes are not important. I will go beyond my likes and dislikes because everything God has given. Suppose every day God comes in your dream, or really, forget about dream. Every day morning, Brahma Muhurtam, God gives you direct darshana. And he says, see, you are suffering this problem. I only gave this problem. Every day he comes and say, you will not get angry over it if you trust God. Now the problem with all of us is, though we say, I love God, I go to temple, I like God, whatever you say, none of us experience God. Right? None of us have seen, none of us have experienced the presence of God. But these people, Bhakti Yogis, if you ask them, have you experienced, they will laugh at you. For these people, it's a living experience. Don't think people who goes for temple are Bhakti Yogis. No, no. People go out of fear. I want this, I want that. Please, God, save me. Please, I have this disease. We go with a list. Like you go to a provision store, as if God doesn't know, you go with a list. He knows everything, right? What you want to say? He knows. He only gave you life. He only gave you all the problem, pleasure. He knows. But we want to get some emotional stability. We go and talk to God. Those are not bhaktas. You have some kind of bhakti, but not enough to become a bhakti yogi. So what the difference between me and the bhakti yogi is, the bhakti yogi surrender himself. When somebody don't have any likes and dislikes, that means he surrender himself, his life to God. He live as per the highest standards. Then you can call that as bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga means just about God. That's all. It is suitable for people who are more emotional. That's why bhakti yoga is very suited for females. Jnana Yoga is more suited for males. There are many exceptions, okay? I'm just telling in general. Most of the females can get bhakti because they are so emotional. You know, you can make a woman cry. You cannot make a man cry. If a man has pain, he can't even cry. He has to put everything. That's why, you know, the heart attack is quite common for man, not for the woman. Woman has other issue. On the uterus side, other side, they have more problems there. So there are two different types. Somebody, the emotion is very dominant. For females, emotion is very dominant. They get very much attached to husband or mother or father or children, you know. They don't think about what is this, that. I want my family well-being. I want my kid to be good. I want my husband, my wife, my husband to be good or do good. They simply get too much emotion into it. You can use that emotion to reach your ultimate nature or to get self-realization, which is called Bhakti Yoga. So if you have God, your favorite God, like you get so much attachment with all the people around you, you can get too much attachment, so much attachment to God. I should not use the word attachment. I'm using the word so that it's easily understood. If you treat God as the ultimate thing for you, then we can call you as Bhakti Yogi. But people who are always have a questioning mind, whether God is there or not, how do I know? I'm suffering. Maybe God may not be there. Or you start crying or you start complaining about God. No, no, see, so much suffering I'm doing. What are you doing? You are not giving anything. If I told you I will come by walk from my place to your temple, still you are not seen my life. See, so horrible. If you have these kind of question, then Bhakti Yoga is not possible. You need to choose other thing. But remember, all of us have the little Bhakti. Though I cannot dedicate my entire life through the Bhakti, I can dedicate little. That little all of us have. Jnana Yoga. To whom Jnana Yoga is, if you have the questioning mind, then better you choose Jnana Yoga because this is path of knowledge. Why you are asking question? Because you want answers. You want to understand more. What you want to understand more? You want to understand more about the world, about the universe, about the creation, about your mind, about your body, about your problems, about everything in life. When you have so many questions, this is basically suitable for men. But that doesn't mean like there are many men. The yogis are there, the male yogis who attained through Bhakti Yoga also. There are many female yogis who attained Jnana Yoga also. So there are exceptions to it. But majority of the men always ask question. So Jnana Yoga suits more them. Remember, Bhakti Yoga is the quickest path. On the all yoga, whichever yoga you know, if you follow Bhakti Yoga, then it's the quickest path. It's like you are going by flight. You want to go from Chennai to Delhi or you want to go from India to US. If you take flight, hours or within a day, you will reach. Suppose you have to go by walk, what will you do? Or you have a car, you need to cover from here to US. Such a long journey, right? It takes days together, months together. So that is Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is a very long path because knowledge is unlimited, right? You want to get that knowledge unlimited, trying to put this into limited mind. But this is also good path, nothing to worry. But it takes a long time. Bhakti Yoga is very shortcut, like the flight. So if you are a Bhakti Yogi, for females, please check. If you have a devotion mind, you just nurture it. When you nurture it, you can go very fast. And all the wives, very fast. All the husbands, you will go slowly. Always women first, right? They have that ability to do. But the man cannot cry. You just suppress your emotion. Then you need to find a Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga means I want knowledge. So self-inquiry, knowledge, the outside world knowledge comes by reading books. The inside knowledge also comes by reading books initially, but after that you need to get into meditative state. Because meditation is the only tool through which you can get the inner knowledge. So you need to study the scriptures, you need to gain knowledge through the experience of life, and you need to listen to satsang, all those things to gain this Jnana Yoga. Finally, the goal of all the yoga is self-realization. So nothing to worry about it. The other one is called Karma Yoga. Now, I don't believe in God. So though I go to temple, I cannot cry if if I remember my God's form or anything. Or I don't like scriptures also. Too much they are talking about Purusha, Brahman, this, that. I don't want. If you are that kind of a person, you do Karma Yoga. Karma means action. What you should do is just do physical work without expecting anything. You start helping people. These karma yogis are selfless people. Now, selfless means self is less. That means you don't think too much about what about me, what about me, what about me. You will be thinking about the society, about people around you. You will work for the well-being of the society. If you are that kind of a person, then you are called as karma yogi because all your actions are without any expectation. Beautiful quality, right? You can see that many people, I started collecting, many people, I have more collection, but don't have time to pull that and put it in the form of story or inspiring thing. There are many people who left their job. They started cleaning the pond or something nearby, or cleaning or planting trees near the rivers or something. They have done huge job. Crores and crores of trees they're planting. One man changed the entire town or the village or big area, which we can't even imagine. Most of us have not planted even a tree. Just think about somebody planting crores of trees in his lifetime. So they are karma yogis. They are not bothered. I am planting tree today. There is no guarantee I will enjoy the fruits. But let my society, let my future generation enjoy the fruit, and I will just keep on planting the tree. Beautiful mind, right? You start doing work, let somebody gets the benefit. Those are called karma yogis. That means you want to do action. You don't have any attachment towards your own well-being. If everybody is happy, you will be happy. So you are a service-minded person, and you want to express that through action only. When you do that, we call you as karma yogi. That's why most of the ashram, when you go, they will say do karma yoga. That means what? You have to clean the ashram, clean the toilet, do whatever possible for that place. Or you go to temple, take some social activity. All those things comes under karma yoga. Because when you clean, you are not going to sit there, right? Somebody is going to sit. You are cleaning a public place. You cleaning your toilet in your home is not a karma yoga. Why? Because that you are getting the benefit and somebody is getting the benefit. But you go and cleaning a toilet in a village or town or anywhere is required, or in the ashram or some other place where many people are using. It's not easy, right? It's not easy to digest and do those kind of work. But you are a person, you want to just do the karma yoga. Then that's a beautiful path. Remember, the karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, all these yoga makes you to forget who you are, or it will make you to perceive you are a very small entity. Take Jnana Yoga. When you get more knowledge, then you will understand the knowledge is infinite. What I know is very small. Even next 1,000 years, if I start reading scriptures, still I will know only very small amount. What I don't know is infinite. When you really get to this state, your ego will come down. You will bow down to nature. In Bhakti Yoga, naturally, the God is ultimate, you are nothing. In Karma Yoga, you neither believe in God, not scripture, anything, but you just are doing good things for the society. When you are able to dedicate and sacrifice your life for the society, that means what you are is very small, right? You are not taking care of your well-being, you are there for somebody. On all the three yoga, or whichever yoga you take, every yoga makes you to become so small. See, I know this belongs to me. I am a rich person. I have 10 degrees. All these things gives lot of ego, which is hiding the self from us, from me. I am unable to perceive myself or God. Why? The ego is more. All the paths of yoga reduces the ego so that what is inside us comes to our experience. This karma yoga or every path of yoga, it is aligned with dharma. Remember, dharma means righteousness. Not you served for your vested interest. I'm serving this because somebody will come and take a photograph and they want to write an article and show the post for the cameraman, and tomorrow next day publish in the newspaper. That is not karma yoga. So this is aligned with dharma. That means righteousness. What is good to me, what is good to everyone, I will do only that. By doing this, your mind will get purified, because you don't have worry about what about me. That question is not that. What about everyone? That becomes your question. So these are the three paths: Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. There is one more yoga called Kriya Yoga. The main aspect of Bhakti Yoga is just devotion. Jnana Yoga is knowledge. Karma Yoga is just bodily action. Do action, do action, do action for everyone. Kriya Yoga is do a sadhana or action where you transfer your energy. When the modern science says everything is energy, yoga also says that. When everything is energy, why you waste your energy in bhakti, jnana, karma and all? Do some kriya. That means you do a sadhana which transform your energy to a higher state so that you will get self-realization. So these are all four major yoga. Then you have Raja Yoga, then you have XYZ yoga, all things. But these are all, especially Bhakti, Jnana, Karma is quite famous and all of us have to know. Now there is a story. There are four yogis traveling together. Normally these people cannot travel together. Who are the four people? One is a Jnana Yogi, other is a Bhakti Yogi, other is a Karma Yogi, the fourth one is a Kriya Yogi. This Jnana Yogi having too much ego or have too much problem with all the other people, because Jnana means knowledge. To him, everything you can attain through knowledge. Without knowledge, how will you understand the universe? How will you understand God? These bhakti people are just lazy people. Simply they want to sing the song and sit in the temple or God's thing. Karma yoga people don't have anything at all. They just want to do work. How? By doing work you will become. Kriya yoga, they talk about energy, all those things. So he feel he is the best person. Then Bhakti Yogi started laughing about Jnana Yogi. This guy, when God is with me, why you are reading all the scriptures, asking all the questions? Useless fellow. Just God is there, hold his hand, keep on moving. Whatever problem comes, God is there. Ask God's help, he is going to give. So for him, bhakti is the highest thing. He don't give regard to jnana, karma or kriya yogi. For karma yogi, he thinks these two people are lazy, because bhakti yogi wants to sing and be with God, saying God is with me, God is with me. Jnana yogi always reads scriptures. He say, I want to gain knowledge, gain knowledge. So karma yogi thinks these two people are really lazy, especially. Kriya yoga also. You want to do sadhana. Don't do everything, come by action only, no. Just talking. What is going to happen? Just go and do the work. Start doing work. Only by getting down into the work, anything can happen in life. That's what the philosophy of karma yogi. Kriya yogi laughs at all these people. He says, when everything is energy, if you don't transform your energy, what is going to happen in your life? All these things are just simply talking, nothing can happen. So these four people cannot go with each other. We also have problem. Why there's a problem between man and woman always? Even you have a brother or sister, or both, you have brother and sister at home, you will not agree with each other. So there's a basic differences. One talks from the bhakti, devotion, other talks from jnana. So these four people today, they are going. And there was a thunderstorm. So this guy, the bhakti yogi, knows where the temple is. He's a bhakti yogi. He knows where the temple and what is the area, all those things and all, because he goes all the time. So he says that he told to these three people, come, there's a temple here. It seems to be like rain, too much rain. We'll go and stay there. So these people went, and there was a Shiva statue or Shivalinga is there. All these people, there is a small place. They went and they started holding the idol. Why? It's too much rain. They can't even stand. They are already wet. They started holding, the four people start holding the linga. Suddenly God appeared. And question to everyone is, why now? Because all these days we are doing our sadhana, you did not come, but now all four people, we just, not out of love we embraced you, but out of compulsion. We want to avoid rain, we embraced you. Suddenly, why God you came here? Now God replied, because finally you four fools came together. So this story is to understand all the four things are within all of us. All of us have the bhakti part. All of us have the jnana part. That means asking question. All of us are doing physical action. Karma yogi. All of us are doing something with our energy. These four are part of all of us. Till you get matured and select one path, you have to use all the four paths. There are people who are into bhakti or karma or jnana yoga. The whole life is that is different. But most of the people have all this component. When you don't know which component is dominant, use all the four. When you use all the four, then everything will happen in synchronization with the nature. Now this four joins together hands, then it is God. The God's presence is inevitable. God has to appear. That means you don't need to literally take God. Whatever supposed to happen will happen. If you are totally into bhakti, jnana, whatever the yoga, fantastic. But if you're looking, I don't know who I am, means what is dominant inside me, don't worry. Wherever bhakti, you involve their bhakti. Wherever jnana, take some jnana. Wherever kriya yoga, do that. Wherever your karma yoga, do that also. So till such time, we need to involve in all the four things. When all the four, when they don't have any friction, comes together, then whatever the climax will happen to us. So this is the reason we say yoga means union. Union means union with the entire thing, entire cosmos. What we talk about, all the bhakti yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, is to get that union. If your mind is don't have any friction, if your mind is full of love, you don't have any kind of negative things, then naturally what is the divinity is there, it will flow inside us. So that feeling, that union of what I am, if you start feeling the entire the cosmos as part of me, then you can call that as the yoga, the union. So the union is yoga. Asana is not yoga. Pranayama is not yoga. The purpose of asana, pranayama, everything is to get into the union. You can only mix with something and you get into union only if you are absent. See, for example, there is a milk, there is a water. You are adding water to the milk. When you add water, your water will vanish, right? Everything becomes milk. The milk and water mixes with each other. Like that, we have to become. So if I want to mix with everything around me, I should be absent. That means the ego, or what you call as you, which is a very small entity, that should go. Then everything will become part of you. This is very difficult to understand. This comes if you start following any of the path. Now, what are these koshas? The 5 koshas. Koshas means layers. There are 5 layers in our body. The first layer is called Annamaya Kosha. You see here, outside thing. So if you see the outside, what is visible to people is my Annamaya Kosha. Anna means food. So it's a food body. Why it is called food body? Because I start eating, I gather this body. When I just born, I was like 3 kg, 4 kg, 5 kg, now 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever it is. All this thing came because I started eating food. When it came from food, it is called Annamaya Kosha. Food body. Beyond the food body, there is a subtle body called Pranamaya Kosha. What is Pranamaya Kosha? It is the energy body, that which gives energy to this body. I have a physical body, but how things are happening inside? There is energy moving here and there. And the simple thing, what is moving all the time is breath. So we always say this is like breath body. So pranayama and the Pranamaya Kosha are closely connected. Annamaya Kosha and asanas are connected. Of course, asana, pranayama are connected to all the other thing, but majoritarily, more grossly, it is connected. Asana is connected to Annamaya Kosha, pranayama is connected to Pranamaya Kosha. Beyond prana, that means the energy body or the breath body, whatever you want to call. After that, there is something subtle called Manomaya Kosha. That means mind. Now, Manomaya, Manas, it means Manas. Manas means the lower part of the mind. There are two versions to it. One, Manomaya means any mind. Higher, lower, all the mind you can call as Manomaya Kosha. That means your intellect, mind, all those things. We are going to read a lot about what is mind, what is intellect, what is Manas, what is Buddhi. Manas means it wants only pleasure. That part of the mind which wants only pleasure in you, don't want any pain, that is called Manas. That's called Manomaya. That part of the mind which tells you what is right and wrong is called Buddhi. That's called intellect. So Manomaya Kosha is the mental part related to the mind. Next is called Vijnanamaya Kosha. If you go deeper, Vijnanamaya. What is Vijnanamaya? Jnana means knowledge. Vijnana means special knowledge. So it can be called as intellect, or exactly if you want to understand, it is called as intuition. If you have too much knowledge, that means if you start gaining knowledge without through five senses. Remember, all the knowledge what you have is all gathered through the five senses, through your ear, through the eyes, ears, nose, feeling of touch and taste. Through this five only you have seen the world. But this Vijnanamaya Kosha means you start getting more knowledge beyond the normal understanding. Without eyes, you are able to see things. Without ears, you can hear. When you get that state, that is called Vijnanamaya Kosha. Many people say this as an intellect also. So if you want to understand intellect, you can understand as intellect. But actually it is intuition. Intuition means that's a special knowledge you are gaining without processing it through the mind. We'll say gut feeling. Suddenly I know some gut feeling happened. I selected this. I went there. Why you went there? I don't know. The gut feeling said something I had in mind. Something told me to do this. That is called as intuition. That means you never process that information. You never came to a conclusion by processing or thinking over it. Suddenly you want to do something, you did it. It went 100% right. That's called intuition. Anandamaya Kosha is the final body. Ananda is a blissful state. Now, one example for Anandamaya Kosha is your sleep. When you sleep, what happens? Your Annamaya Kosha not active. Pranamaya, little active always. Manomaya, mostly shut. Vijnanamaya, you are not aware about it. But you are totally away from all the activities of your life. But next day morning when you wake up, you are so fresh. You are so happy. What happened is you went deeper, 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 and you forgot everything. When you forgot everything, you got a blissful state. That's called Anandamaya Kosha. In fact, there is something called Vasana, which we are going to discuss again a little more detail. That means your basic programming, whatever your likes and dislikes for all the births you have taken, everything is stored as a memory chip. That chip is called Anandamaya Kosha. If you are aware about that chip, that is fantastic, but you are not aware. In the sleep, you are not aware. So you reach that state with ignorance. It's called Anandamaya Kosha. That's a deeper aspect to it. But Anandamaya gives you blissful state because of ignorance, not because of your awareness. Remember that. Now here we go from outer to inner. What it means? Outer means bigger, inner means small. No, outer means gross. Gross visible is Annamaya. Little less visible is Pranamaya. Little more subtler is Manomaya. Much more subtler is Vijnanamaya. The subtlest is Anandamaya. Now, inside Anandamaya, who is there? The self is there. Your soul is there. You see here, the Atman self is here. The yellow is Anandamaya. There is also logic. When the inside self is there, why the first layer is Anandamaya? Inside myself is always in Ananda. The soul doesn't have any suffering. Soul is always happy, blissful. And since the Anandamaya Kosha is very close to Atman, this is called Anandamaya because you will start experiencing blissful state. Though it is ignorance, I said, it doesn't matter. It is close to Atman. After that, Vijnanamaya. See, suppose you read a lot of scriptures, you get extraordinary knowledge. That gives you happiness, right? You can call as Vijnanamaya. Or you have a powerful intellect. What is powerful intellect means? You know what is right, what is wrong. You will only do what is good to you. Or you will only do whatever brings well-being to you. If you have that kind of control over mind, then we'll say your intellect is very strong. When your intellect is very strong, then you will be definitely happy. Then if you go little away, it's called Manomaya. The mind, the manas. Manas is happy when you eat even sweet. Whatever you like, if you do, manas is happy. But not all the time. But whatever you enjoy, that means it gives pleasure to you, your manas will be happy. But remember, your intellect will not be happy. If you have a diabetes, if you want to eat sweet, your manas say, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Your intellect say, why you are eating sweet? You have diabetes. Doctor said not to eat sweet. Don't touch the sweet. So two voices are coming. From where the two voices are coming? One is from Vijnanamaya Kosha, other is from Manomaya Kosha. Tell me who wins the game? Manomaya Kosha only wins the game. Eating sweet only finally wins the game. If you eat sweet, that gives you some pleasure. That's called Manomaya Kosha. But many times if you don't eat also, if you have powerful intellect, you will enjoy. You will feel very happy and say, see, today I have not taken any sweet. I'm so happy. So you can get happiness from Vijnanamaya also. Then if you go a little out, you say Pranamaya Kosha. That means the breath or energy body. Sometimes when you are okay, the thoughts are good, the energy functions well. The prana or breath is quite normal, you enjoy that. Annamaya Kosha, whatever pleasure comes through the body, the physical gross body, you enjoy it. Now what we need to find is here, you see the Pranamaya Kosha is in between Annamaya and Manomaya. That means your breath can connect your body and your mind. Why we say body, mind and breath? Body is gross, your breath is in between, then comes mind. So if you want to exercise influence, if you want to control your body, if you want to control your mind, through breath, you can do that very easily. That's why pranayama is very, very, very important. By pranayama, you can control the body, you can control the mind. It's a bridge between these two. And to develop all the bodies, you need all the yoga. Like we said, till you don't know which path to go, you have not put enough energy into it, take whatever help coming on the way. If somebody gives some knowledge, get it. If somebody is singing some song, some bhakti yoga, you also sing, enjoy. So like that, if you start taking care. And remember, when you have these 5 koshas, when I die, I leave few bodies here, I go with few bodies. I go with the subtler body. Annamaya kosha, I am leaving here. My energy will stop. Pranamaya kosha. Manomaya kosha, the so-called gross mind I leave. But the subtler mind, which carries all the likes and dislikes, everything goes. For example, in this birth, you are a sports person. You want to play for the national team. You are a cricketer, but you did not get opportunity. You played only the street games or little level. Suppose you thinking about this, I want to become a cricketer, I want to become a cricketer. If you die, then that essence, that you like cricket, you are so fond of cricket, that will come with you even after death. So next janma, you will, from young age onwards, you will become a cricket player. Because whatever punya you did in this janma, that will be exchanged for your like. Whatever you long for, that will happen. But whatever you earned the punya, you have to give it. It's like a token. You earn something punya, whatever you want, God will take that punya, give you that boon. That's why they say, normally in spirituality, in our culture, if you go to temple, don't ask. If you ask anything, it may happen, either now or later. That means in this janma, next janma. But when it has to happen, they will take all the punyas what you have. So don't ask anything. God knows what to give, what not to give. If you are suffering in your life due to many problems, maybe like if you have a kid, the kid has a stomach ache. If you are a mother, you know this guy has eaten a lot of chocolate. What will you do? You will give some bitter drink. You know how much it's painful for a kid. Eating chocolate is easy. Taking a bitter kashayam is very difficult. So you are also like that. God has given you bitter drink for you to come out of your problem. That's why some other problem is coming. When you feel that way, then you will understand the nature. You will not complain about it. So all these bodies are interconnected. If one body you have a problem, it gets spread to other things. For example, your Annamaya, if the physical body is not good, your mind also will not be good, right? Your breath will not be normal, mind is not good, nothing happens. We should remember all the 5 are interconnected. There are gross I will leave, there are subtle body I take. If you don't ask anything to God, ask only for mukti. Why? Mukti, moksha is beyond your reach, right? All other thing, money you can earn. All the happiness you can do, whatever you want, you can get. You should ask God, which is very difficult to get or which is beyond your perception. In that way, asking for mukti, moksha, self-realization is the right thing to ask God. Remember, if you ask for self-realization and if you don't have money, you are struggling. Self-realization, already I said, you can get into mukti only if you don't suffer. If you are really happy, no complaints at all, then only you can reach. Suppose you are asking mukti to God. You are a very poor person. You are struggling. What will happen? If you ask mukti, the money will come. Everything will come. I'm just telling, for example, whatever you suffer, that suffering will go. God will make you not to suffer or give you the best because you ask for the highest. When you ask for the highest, the lower thing will naturally come or your mind may change. You don't have money, you suffer. The mind gets changed. If you have little also, you'll be happy. Whatever be this thing, we want to avoid suffering. So if you want to do that, ask for the highest. If you take one more other picture, you can see they will say Annamaya Kosha is center. See, right side picture we have seen. The core small is Atman. It is not small. It is invisible. When you say Atman is inside, it is so not so small. It is so subtler. You will not see it. But there is other picture. Same here. You see, Annamaya Kosha in center, then Pranamaya Kosha, then Manomaya Kosha, then Vijnanamaya Kosha. Outer is Anandamaya Kosha. Now, what it means is your Annamaya Kosha is very small. Then little bigger is Pranamaya Kosha. Little bigger is mind. Little bigger is your intellect. But the unlimited is Anandamaya Kosha. So you can take anything because these are the two pictures normally you will see. No big difference. To understand that you are Ananda. After Anandamaya Kosha, you have your soul. The soul, you don't know where it is, right? When I die also, soul is there. Now it is there. I think it is there in the body. But if I die also, soul is there. So we'll say that you call as Brahman or soul or whatever, Jivatma, Paramatma, which is there. It's just boundless. It can reach anywhere. So that boundless nature you call by giving the outermost layer, which is not mentioned here. So the layer goes from in to out or out to in. Whichever comes, both are having meaning. So the same thing here. This is just for notes or anything. Just two lines which we discussed. It is there for all the 5 koshas. Tomorrow we'll see about Panchabhutas. Any questions?
Sir, what is the difference between Karma Yoga and Kriya Yoga?
See,
I
Kriya
didn't
Yoga.
understand much of Kriya Yoga.
Yes. See, the Kriya Yoga, now the Kriya Yoga, there is a Kriya Yoga in Patanjali Yoga Sutras. There is a Kriya Yoga by tradition. So, in that Kriya Yoga, by tradition, what we have Swami Paramahamsa Yogananda, you can see there are asanas, prayamas, it is written. Ultimately, the Kriya Yoga purpose is to manipulate your energy or to work on your energy. Like you work on your body. Asana means working on your body. So, there are specific practices which works on your energy and awaken your kundalini and all. No, it's very rarely this Kriya Yoga is practiced, but if you have a right master, that also works wonderfully. Karma Yoga is simply you're doing action. You are not into any spiritual or anything. Simply you are keeping yourself outside, start working for the well-being of others. That's Karma Yoga. You don't need to be a kind of a knowledgeable person or thing. No, simply I want to do something good to people. Only if you have that kind, then you become a Karma Yogi. But for a Jnana Yogi, you need to put a lot of effort. For a Kriya Yogi, yes, you need to learn a lot of yogic techniques. For a Bhakti Yogi and Karma Yogi, you don't need to do anything. That means Bhakti Yogi, everything is my God. Karma Yogi, simply I'll do work. I'm not worried what is going to come. Whether I get liberation or not, I don't know. I keep on doing good for the people. All of us have that, right? You want to do good, like you want to help others. That means you have a Karma Yoga part also. One day, if you feel like helping somebody, just cook in your hands. Just imagine you cook just one portion for somebody, pack it and give it to somebody. You feel a lot of happiness. Giving gives you happiness more than you taking. So the Karma Yoga also we have just giving somebody. So all things are part of us.
Sir, good evening, sir.
So one question.
Yes, sir. I'll take Arvind,
Can
sir,
you hear
then
me?
I'll come to Hari, sir. Yes, Arvind, sir.
So you mentioned that once if we are pure Atma and we do not have any likes or dislikes for that matters, what happens when we die? The samskara, the vasanas are attached to what subtler part of Atma, or is it attached to Atma directly?
See, without likes and likes, it's not possible to live. What it says is, if you have to go beyond likes and dislikes, if I start living more likes and dislikes, I gather too much dirt.
Yeah.
When I don't do likes and dislikes, whatever I earned till now from many, many births, that will be there. In this Janma, I will not gather. That's a good state, right? Suppose I have
Mm.
100 kg which I need to dissolve, which is there in my storehouse. God has given me 1 kg in this birth. You spent. Now, if I come 1 kg, if I don't carry anything back, good. One is gone, another 19 is there. I'll bring that and spend that also. If you live without likes and dislikes, that's a fantastic way. Then you will start exhausting your karma. When you start exhausting your karma, the path is very fast. That means you will be moving faster towards self realization. But most of the time, what happens is we came with 1 kg of karma. Instead of spending, we will spend. We will gain 2 kg of karma, go back. That's horrible, right? Instead of exhausting, while exhausting, you earn more, then go back. So the 100 kg will become 101 kg. This is what happens if you live unconsciously. When you live, this is where we say awareness, conscious, and all. Because when I am aware, when I am conscious about my action, I will control my words, control my action. I will do good to people. Even thinking will come under my control. If everything comes under my control, I will be good, I will do good. I will be good, I will do good. But if I don't have this, no, I don't have this awareness, I am not worried about the consequence. I keep on doing things even though it hurts others. That way you gather more karma. If you live with lesser or no likes and dislikes, you will not gather more karma. Still, when you die, you will go with whatever you did. Today you may transform, but what about till yesterday? You had something, right? That flavor will go along with you. Suppose you right from birth you did not gather. That is possible only for to a born yogi who are into the last birth. They will not gather anything. But except that, all of us have the likes and dislikes. It's not possible to live without likes and dislikes. We can reduce it too much. It comes by practice. Reduce. Maybe one stage you will reach. If you reach there, then whatever you gathered will be there. You go with this, then your gathering will be less. Otherwise, still I die if I start living with likes and dislikes. Many people are that they'll say, even if I die, you have to do like this. You need to take me in a big vehicle or do this. So much desire they have. Who is going to buy? Why he is bothering when he after death? What is going to happen? Nothing will happen. He is not aware. But so much personality is there. Even after that, you should do this to be. This is too much attachment. When you have that, too much gathering is there.
Yeah. So I think the question was like, for example, when we die, we leave the gross body, we leave the prana body, we leave the manomaya kosa as well. Vijnanamaya, I don't know, and Anandamaya, I don't know at the moment. My question was, when we die, we have these likes and dislikes, with the karma we have accumulated in this life. Uh, with what part or which subtler energy it goes along with the Atma? Does it attach directly to the Atma, or is there something else that is getting attached to?
Yes. In the Anandamaya Kosha, it is covered by Vasanas. Vasanas means the essence of what you did in this birth. You had many likes and dislikes. You may have less.
Yep.
You might have less and fine. If it is more likes and dislikes, we'll say it is black. Less means say like some white, little variation or more towards white. Suppose you are even that kind of person, more towards white, little gray only it is there. That color will go as vasana along with your subtler body. See, this your mind is, you have a gross and subtle mind. All the except, see, Annamaya Kosha is very gross, we know. Pranamaya Kosha, it leaves the body, but it is not leaving you. The prana energy is there. Energy has become low, but when you go out, next karma comes, this energy will become charged. Like your phone is down, you are charging, again it's ready for the next day. Similarly, you are leaving your Annamaya Kosha only. Your Pranamaya becomes so low, so you are leaving the body, death. When you go there with other karma, this will become full charge again. When you get full charge, again you will take birth. So it keep on coming. The subtlety of that, see how much it is pranamaya, how much manomaya, vinyanamaya, that we don't know. But there is a subtler thing which goes and it comes along with the next birth. So this karana sharira, yes. Is it sukshma sharira? Yes. Sukshma, we say subtle. Karana sharira is the bliss body. The bliss body contains the vasanas, the karana sharira, which comes with us and help us. Actually, it is helping us. because whatever the desires you have, unfulfilled desires. See, fulfilled desires, pleasure. Unfulfilled desires, pain. So you have a lot of pain. So next Janma, the unfulfilled desire will come, you will try to fulfill it. That's the foolish way we keep on living. Whatever gets fulfilled, still we'll be living, without any fulfillment. Even everything comes to our hand. We should understand, I will not live a fulfilling life because it's here, not on the outside. But people have that. That's why they will have to quench the thirst and come. If you have little wisdom, you will not venture into all these things. Simply you will come. But there are people who has to come only by experiencing pleasure and pain. We cannot avoid. Hari sir.
Harum sir, like
Yes, sir. Hari.
yeah, whenever we are doing any asana, no, how do we feel like Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya? Like how we feel those koshas while doing asanas?
No
Can
need to
we
feel, sir.
Okay.
Sir, no need to feel. The first thing is we should stop all the imagination. See, if you want to do asana, what is that we need to do? Listen to the body. Experience where the stretch and strain, whatever is happening in the body. Suppose I'm doing Surya Namaskar. Which part of the body I'm moving? This is what awareness is. Practice awareness there. And simply, what am I inhaling or exhaling? One is breath, other is body. Only these two we need to keep our mind. If we want to keep about thinking other thing, we can also listen to song. Why we don't want to listen to song or talk to anyone? That's not the purpose of yoga. The purpose of yoga is to channelize, keep the focus here. So in the asana, keep your mind on the movement of the body and the breath. No need to think about all the kosha. These koshas are just for our understanding. But when we do asana, the practice, we need to be there. Like I'm doing mantra sadhana, I'm doing japa. Keep here, awareness here. By doing all the activity with awareness, just for half an hour, 1 hour, you do yoga practice. Slowly, if you see this awareness comes in other time also. Even if you don't do sadhana, that time also awareness comes. You are about to shout someone, suddenly awareness comes. Don't shout. Don't expect this. If you shout, this is the consequence. Then you say, okay. You stop, you control yourself. How it is coming? Every day you are practicing asana, pranayama, you are getting your attention there. So whenever you do a sadhana, forget all those things. Maybe another 1 hour, something horrible is waiting outside. It's going to come. Let it come. But I am not bothered. This 1 hour, when I sit for this thing, just be with here. Whatever you do, be here. That's it. You don't need to worry about koshas, sir. No need to think about all those things.
Okay. Thanks.
That's why awareness is important. The word awareness means be aware what you do. Most of the times we are not aware what we do. After doing, we'll be thinking why I have done. We'll be scolding ourselves. No. In yoga means be aware. Just follow what you do. That's the most difficult thing. Doing 3 or 4 works at a time is very easy. Doing one work and putting all the attention there is a very difficult thing. That too, doing slow is very, very difficult thing. Tomorrow you do whichever simple asana. You have to count 6 seconds for moving from one position to other position. Even if you do Tadasana, you should take 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will be bored. You know why? The mind is very fast. It wants body also to do very fast. So doing asana very fast is easy. Very slow is very, very difficult. Here only awareness comes. All the awareness is to get our attention in what we do and slowly stop that. That means I'm reducing the activity by focusing on what I'm doing. If I don't focus on my asana and breath, I will be thinking about office, my personal problem, all the problem, everything. But if I start thinking here, I'm reducing the activity. After that, if you start slowly doing, when the body becomes slow, the mind will become naturally slow. When the body is fast, mind is fast. Hyperactive kid, why they are hyper? Mind, they are hyper. So body also, they'll be hyper. If your thinking is more, the boiling or whatever agitation is more, your body cannot sit, want to move here and there. You cannot control the mind through the mind. You control the mind through the body, through the breath, another thing. Any other questions? We'll be going more in detail. If you see after, maybe some of you may feel boring. This seems to be very superficial topic, but we have said this is for beginners. But you see, after 2-3 class, you'll be covering more in detail. Like what asana. Somebody asked question today. I was in asana session. All the question we are going to answer. How you need to plan the course. Now 81 asanas are the next few days. You'll be completing 81 asanas. How should I make this asana? I want to give some 10 asanas. How to do, how to pick, how to select, what are preparatory postures, what are milestones, what are the goal postures. If this is the goal posture, what should I do? Where should I use the wrist? Where should I use the counter poses? All those things we are going to suffer. So be with us. Just if you're not here also, just follow the recordings. We are going to touch everything. Don't miss. That's it. Okay. So thank you all. If there are no questions, then we'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, same time. Hari Om.
Thank you, sir. Hari Om.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om, ma'am.
Hari Om, sir. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
valuable